Most SUVs these days can tackle some difficult terrain. Yet few SUVs can truly conquer the lack of a road altogether, much less do it in style. This is the case of the Toyota FJ Cruiser, the retro-style SUV that has become the darling of off-road enthusiasts in the country. Join us as we take a ride in Toyota's most handsome and rugged SUV in this week's Auto Feature.
There's been no shortage of retro revivals as far as muscle cars and city cars go, with the likes of the Mustang, Camaro, and Fiat 500 taking after their ancestors. With these vehicles seeing success in their segments, it's no surprise Toyota has opted to try the winning formula. Like its sports car contemporaries, the FJ Cruiser is also inspired by a classic. That legend is the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40. It served as Toyota's answer to the Jeep Wrangler, with a similar shape and ruggedness. It was produced from 1960 to 2001, and you might still find some examples on the road today. Toyota looked to this classic as inspiration for its new SUV, with Akio Toyoda becoming heavily involved in this project before he became the president of the company. It debuted as a concept in 2003 and was green-lit for production in 2006. Thanks to the Japan-Philippines Economic Partnership Agreement, or JPEPA, the FJ Cruiser was brought into the Philippines last year at a very competitive price. With unique styling, an agreeable price, and funky interior, it's not surprising why there's quite a lot on the road today. The FJ Cruiser arrives with a lot of bravado. Its circular headlamps and rectangle grille are the most evident nods to its origins. Fender-mounted signal lights have been replaced with wraparound ones. It's crowned by a clamshell hood above and a chunky bumper below that integrates both a bull bar and skid plate. Towards the side, rocker panels protrude from its muscular flares. They house large 265/70 series all-terrain tires on 17-inch wheels. The cabin starts with a nearly vertical windshield. Large mirrors integrate a fog lamp. A step board below makes it easy to access the door, punctuated with a brushed aluminum handle. A thick pillar breaks the window line, continued by a wraparound pane of glass, just like the original. Up above, the white roof gently slopes down to the back. Here, there's a swing-out door with a tire mounted on it. Combination tail lamps mark the corners while rocker panels line the lower half of the body. From its exceptional interior, we move toward the quirky inside. Looking inside, it's easy to see that the FJ's interior was designed to be just as rugged as its exterior. Many of the panels can easily be wiped clean. A literal cliff-face dashboard awaits the driver. Aircon vents are hidden cleverly along the rounded edge. A high driver's seat grants a clear view of the road. It's even more effective in rough terrain. A simple 3-spoke wheel awaits the driver. Behind it are white-faced gauges on the instrument cluster. The leftmost is the tachometer. The speedo is in the center. Temperature and fuel are on the right. There are also indicators for the gear and 4x4 modes. From here, we move to the center of the dash. Seemingly serving as a crown is the multimeter. This is yet another throwback to classic SUVs. Its gauges include a compass, outside temperature, and inclinometer. This last gauge shows how steep the terrain is in degrees to better gauge the car's position. Lower on the stack is a standard 2-DIN stereo not unlike other Toyota models. Below it are large dials for climate control. Buttons below control more technical aspects of the car, like traction control and differential locks for tackling tough terrain. On the center mount are 2 stick shifts. The smaller one engages 4x4 low and high modes, as well as returns it to 4x2 for the road. A larger selector is for the transmission. Cup holders sit on its side. An armrest lets the driver lean his right arm without hitting the handbrake. For friends that want to join, there's more room at the back. Getting in starts with opening the main doors. Smaller doors beside them open, suicide style, to grant access to the back. The front seats recline and slide forward. Rear seats are mounted higher. theater style to grant passengers a good view. Grab handles on the back of the seats give them something to hold on to in rough roads. There's still room for cargo at the back. Simply swing open the door for more loading room. The area features steel cross marking just like steel plates. Tie-down hooks are everywhere to secure a cargo net or straps. The rear seats can be folded 70-30 for more room if needed. Best of all, this area can be hosed down for a quick clean. With the inside and outside examined, it's time to get things rolling. Powering the car both on and off-road is a potent 4.0-liter DOHC V6. It can produce as much as 268 PS and a stump-pulling 380 Nm of torque. A 5-speed automatic delivers drive to the rear wheels. Though through a transfer case, it can become a very capable 4x4. Double wishbones keep it aloft in front. Behind, a multi-link suspension keeps the trail from scraping. The 4.0-liter V6 will accelerate it quickly enough. Thankfully, disc brakes on all 4 wheels will bring it to a stop quickly too. Though built for tough terrain, it has some modern safety equipment too. There are safety belts for all passengers. Up to 6 airbags will inflate in a collision. Brakes are governed by ABS, EBD, and brake assist. There's traction control as standard. Finally, proximity sensors make this car also easy to park. That wraps up our look at the cool and quirky FJ Cruiser. It takes inspiration from the past with some modern twists to make for a truly unforgettable off-road ride.
That rounds up our drive of the Toyota FJ Cruiser, an off-roader that conquers terrains with such ease and style.